My stepdaughter accidentally called me dad yesterday, and it made me cry. The missus knows that I have Reddit, and I've yet to tell her about this, hence the throwaway. My wife was previously in a physically abusive relationship, and at one point during this, she and her, at the time, husband adopted a little girl. My wife has never said as much, but I do believe the adoption was her ex's way of trapping her even more. There is nothing she wouldn't do for her daughter, and she said before that there was a lot of guilt that came from leaving her ex, particularly because her daughter had already lost one set of parents, and she didn't want to put her through losing her family again. We did some family therapy before we got married, and we still go every now and again, but for the most part, everything has been fine these past few years. My stepdaughter is 16 now, and our relationship is pretty good in my opinion. I'm so proud of her. She's a smart kid. She's kind, witty, considerate, and she has such a loving heart despite the things that she's been through. She's a lot like her mom in that way. I knew that given her early childhood, and the representation she did have of what a father figure was like, she likely wouldn't be that close to me. I just wanted her to feel comfortable and safe, so I let her set the tone for how things are between the two of us. I never tried to make myself her dad. She said she didn't want or need one, and I respected that completely. I assumed I'd always just be the guy her mom was married to that hung out with her sometimes. But since my wife and I have had our son, it's been a little different. Our son loves his big sister, and she loves him endlessly. I don't know what exactly a toddler and a teenager have in common to talk about, but they're always chattering about something. She'll take him just about anywhere, and he'll insist that she comes wherever he goes. I took him to the park yesterday, and he wanted his sister to come with him, so the three of us ended up going there together while my wife was out spending time with some friends. The kids were playing catch, and at one point the ball ended up getting stuck in a tree, so my stepdaughter, who was very afraid of heights, climbed up to get it out. She got the ball, but she was scared to climb back down on her own. So I stood at the base of the tree trying to help her get back to the ground. Before she started to climb down, she looked at me and said, "Dad, promise you won't let me fall." I promised, and got her back on the ground in one piece. She didn't say anything about calling me dad. She still hasn't. I'm a grown man, but I cried like a baby once the kids were upstairs. I haven't mentioned it to my wife yet because I'm not sure if she meant to call me that or if it was just a slip-up. Whatever the reason behind it was, I just really hope that I've been the kind of dad that she always deserved.